First on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 Live starts now.
It blew me away. Like I said, it blew me away. I just opened the front door and I saw police cars as far as my eyes could see, fire trucks, ambulance, and it took me in a dark place. That doesn't happen around here.
New today, Mobile police investigating a homicide that involved a woman shot several times. Investigators say they arrived on Wesley Avenue just after 9 today and found the female victim with life-threatening injuries. Mobile police say she was shot inside this home. Police say a man was detained for questioning as well, and Fox 10 News has learned that he was part of the Prichard Police Department. Officials with the city of Prichard just wrapped up a press conference relating to the officer involved in this shooting. And our Brendan Kirby just arrived back to the station, and we'll have an update coming up on Fox 10 News at 4 and 5. As you can see, quite the busy news day today. We want to thank you for joining us for Fox 10 Live on this Thursday. I'm Ashley Mitchell. Let's dive into our trending headlines of the day. Well, protesters from Minneapolis are getting what they want. White House border czar Tom Homan says he's sending home most of the roughly 2,000 federal agents still deployed across Minneapolis after weeks of ramped up immigration enforcement. But 2 Americans were also killed during confrontations with federal officers, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. During a heated hearing on Capitol Hill on Thursday, some Republican lawmakers blame the state's Democratic leaders.
As a government official, would have said, back off. Let us work with ICE. Let's cooperate with them. Let's see if we can't de-escalate this. But Attorney General, you did the exact opposite. And 2 people are dead because you encouraged them to put themselves into harm's way.
Everything you said was untrue. It was a nice theatrical performance, but it was all lies.
Congress is also up against a tight deadline to reach a deal on ICE reform or let funding for the Department of Homeland Security, which includes other critical agencies, lapse at midnight on Friday. But after the DHS funding package failed to advance in the Senate today, a partial shutdown is nearly guaranteed. And meanwhile, greenhouse gases emitted from cars, trucks, and power plants will no longer be federally regulated as the Trump administration reverses an Obama-era ruling known as the endangerment finding. For nearly 2 decades now, the federal government has regulated those emissions after the Environmental Protection Agency determined greenhouse gases pose a threat to public health and could be regulated under the Clean Air Act. But President Trump argues the finding is unnecessarily expensive and even threatens American energy dominance.
Under the endangerment finding, they forced the hated start-stop feature onto American consumers, which unnecessarily shuts off a car's engine when you stop at a red light.
And the White House says the repeal will save Americans roughly $1.3 trillion in part by making new vehicles cheaper. However, some critics argue any short-term gains would ignore the longer-term impact of climate pollution. And coming up in our local headlines on Fox 10 News at 5, our Hal Sherrick is talking about deer. He interviewed a man who collided with deer not once but twice in Baldwin County. Hal also sitting down with a state biologist to discuss why there are so many deer around Highway 59 and what you can do to avoid a costly bill or even a life-altering crash. And then to a story I'm personally working on. A major development just hit the Alabama State House hours ago. Representative Philip Ensler filed a new bill, and it could put a lottery directly in the hands of Alabama voters. Unlike previous attempts, Ensler's proposal is streamlined, a lottery plain and simple. The goal is revenue, and here's where it gets interesting. That money would flow into 3 key areas in the state: direct rebate checks for residents, public health, and improving education. I sat down personally with Representative Ensler today to find out why he's taking this stand-alone approach. The full breakdown is coming up on Fox 10 News at 5. And finally, Mardi Gras may be winding down, but the celebrations are still rolling in Fairhope. There are several parades still on the schedule before Fat Tuesday next week. And today, we were at a very special one at St. James Episcopal School. Coming up on Fox 10 News at 4, we will show you the Lil Revelers Parade that brought out the most creative and adorable floats you've probably ever seen.
One of the things we do here for Fox 10 News Live at the 3 p.m. hour is we do something called Your Story, where we talk about your pics and videos that you sent in to us. And one of the ways to be featured on that is using our free Fox 10 weather app. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of the app, you see this big button that says submit your pics and videos. That's where you go. It's a quick and easy process. You can also go to fox10tv.com as well. Let's take a look at the weather right now. This is in downtown Mobile on our Admiral camera. 69 degrees right now, a little bit of a breeze. We're having mostly cloudy skies out there. Dew points are getting close to that more pleasant feel, but overall it's pretty dry out there. Current conditions across the area: 69 at Mobile Regional as well as in downtown Mobile, 70 degrees over in Fairhope, 70 in Evergreen, and 69 degrees in Pensacola. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies across the majority of the area. That's going to stay pretty consistent over the next 5-hour period as well. We'll be near 67 degrees by 5 p.m. and 61 degrees by 7 p.m. Clear skies and overall a nice pleasant feel, especially if you're going downtown for the parade tonight. The Mystic Stripers are out at 6:30 on Route A, so great feel for that as well. So for tonight, we probably could see some fog likely. Once again, 49 degrees. Overall, partly to mostly cloudy look outside, but mild conditions, mainly calm winds, but we could see a slight breeze in some areas. And for your day planner tomorrow, 66 degrees by 11 a.m., kind of the same as what we're seeing today. Lower 70s, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Another dry day as well. The rain is actually not going to come until this weekend. But here's a look at your parade forecast for tomorrow evening. 6:30 p.m. Crew of Columbus, mostly clear skies and overall pleasant feel, 65 degrees. Then over in Fairhope, a nice and mild night for Maids of Jubilee, 63 degrees then. And for your overall weekend forecast, this is the deep Mardi Gras season is what a lot of people are referring to it as. Overall, what we're seeing for Saturday, a nice day with warm temperatures, a few showers later on in the day, especially to the dinner time hours ahead of a front moving through. That front moves through late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. So we have a higher rain chance for our Joe Kane day, where we could see a few storms possible. The timing is still needing to be fine-tuned, but that'll occur as we get closer into the weekend. So for the next 7-day period, it's going to stay dry relatively for the most part, especially over the next couple of days. Saturday, we have that small rain chance for those lingering showers, but the main rain chance will be on Sunday. But here's what we're tracking for that front as it moves through. This is our long-range model, as you can see, continuing on. Rain lingering ahead of the front, especially going into our early Sunday morning. But as we go on throughout the rest of our Sunday, it is going to be right over us, blanketing some of our area as well with that heavy rain. Maybe a few stronger storms embedded in it as well. But luckily, going to be dry for Lundi Gras as well as Mardi Gras. So really just have to get through Sunday's rain chances. Overall pleasant feel for our holiday.
Yeah, great forecast there for next week, Hannah, as we inch closer and closer to Fat Tuesday now. Crazy that we're only a few days away. Lots of you have been submitting pictures of all of the fun on the Mardi Gras routes today, and I know we have a few in the lineup for your story, but let's kick things off with this first one from Sheila. This was Atmore, Alabama at 5 o'clock yesterday, I believe.
Oh,
or was
okay.
this
Nice rainbow. I think that was probably yesterday, especially since it rained yesterday.
Okay, that would make sense.
That would make sense.
Great recipe for a rainbow.
That's exactly. And we did have a little bit more of humidity lingering on through the day, but that definitely makes sense for yesterday. A gorgeous sight, a nice mix up too, because it's been quite dry recently as well.
Always love seeing a rainbow. Thank you so much, Sheila, for sharing that picture. This next one comes from Cecile and Darlene Harper. A sunset on Garris Hill over in Leroy, Alabama.
Okay, that's also really pretty. I'm trying to see a little bit more of a clear picture, but definitely pretty out there. Lots of colors as well, and a little bit of a mostly cloudy look, I think. I'm trying to tell. Yes.
Yes, you have the nice silhouette of that tree on the left, and of course the tree line, blue sky, lots of pink and orange colors. That's just like a perfect sunset right there.
It truly is.
I love that. This next one comes from Lonnie Goss. Another sunset, this time in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Okay, that looks really pretty as well. A little bit more, ominous looking compared to the last one we looked at, but it's also a really pretty sight. Lonnie sends us a lot.
Yes.
Would love to see Lonnie's post every time we have your story.
Yes, thank you, Lonnie. This next one comes from Linda Bell, and she says, "This is my Mardi Gras tree made from oyster shells in Spanish Fort, Alabama, and how fitting, an oyster tree for the Gulf Coast." That's stunning.
It really is, and I love to see the lighting as well. And it's one of those things where it's like reduce, reuse, recycle, especially since, you know, a lot of people, that's one of the things they do is reuse their Christmas trees. We did that here on the Studio 10 set, and I just love to see it. And it's very creative as well.
So fitting. I love oyster decor. Obviously, we have a lot of it down here living on the Gulf Coast, but a beautiful tree, Linda. Thanks for showing us your creativity there. This next one submitted by Becky and Gary Beck, and they said that Millie is ready for Mardi Gras.
Millie looks ready for Mardi. Oh, and that's probably post-parade, right?
Absolutely. Or in between parades, let's be real, because you have to refuel, and it really is. There's a science behind surviving Mobile Mardi Gras.
There really is.
In the best way.
And that, I feel like that's something we should do, like for a story.
That's a really good idea. Like, what do you do to refuel between parades?
Right?
So that
Maybe
you can
like a survival
stay
kit.
up 10 more hours. It's the best. It's the best. We love celebrating Mardi Gras here at Fox 10, and we want to keep seeing your pictures. Hannah, how can folks submit if they want to do that?
One of the ways is through the Fox 10 weather app like I just previously showed you, or you can go to fox10tv.com. We have a tab that says submit photos here, and both ways are quick and easy processes. Just make sure you have the dates and times and locations correct.
Great reminders there. It's as easy as that. Listen, it's 3:11 now. We'll be back with much more Fox 10 Live after this commercial break.
These are our unwritten legends. Watch free anytime, exclusively on the Fox 10.
Welcome back. A new episode of the Big Friday Kickoff podcast dropped just last night, and sports director Emily Cochran is here to talk all about this week's episode. Emily.
Yeah, that's right, Ashlyn. A lot to cover this week. We've still got the public versus private debate in Alabama high school sports, and it could take another major turn. Robert Restano and I, we're breaking it all down this week. Let's talk a little bit about it. Now, we've got the AHSAA's decision to separate championship play to the possibility of private schools gaining representation on the central board. And what does the Choose Act ruling mean for athlete eligibility? Now, this story is far from over. What does it mean for competitive balance, for power programs, and for the future of high school sports in our state? Plus, high school basketball area tournament play continues, and we're diving into all of it on this week's episode.
When they did it, a lot of people were like, they should have done this 2 years from now on the next classification so that private schools can be talking and meeting, and there could be a dialogue with everybody about if we were to do this, how would we do it? And it just seems like every single day a new idea for private schools comes out. You know, there's like 7 AISA schools that are now trying to join the AHSAA, and if they can get approved for it. We're talking about the competitive multiplier again. It seems like a total mess right now.
You can find this week's episode right now on our website, fox10tv.com, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcast, you can find it there. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you can be updated when a new episode drops.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this podcast episode, especially because I feel like there are so many layers to this conversation. There's a lot to flesh out because people just don't know, right?
Yeah, there's just so much going on. I feel like every day we're getting more questions than answers, and I know a lot of coaches and programs, they're ready to just kind of know what next season's going to look like, and we just don't have anything set in stone right now.
Listen, I say this every time, Emily, you're doing a great job. And she really does put a lot of effort into this podcast. So please go listen to it because they really do put a lot of effort into this, and I know this conversation is going to be a great one, so we look forward to hearing it.
Thanks, Ashlyn.
A pleasant but warm feel overall outside right now. Most of us are seeing mostly cloudy skies near the coastline. It's for the most part, mostly clear. We're going to be seeing partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies into the evening and into our Friday as well. So what we're tracking for our weather headlines, warm weather for the rest of our Mardi Gras season. But we're tracking the possibility of storms on Joe Cain Day. Luckily, though, it looks to only be one day of a stormy setup. Our Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras are looking nice and pleasant. Pleasant. So for your parade forecast today at 6:30 p.m., the Mystic Stripers are taking on Route A in downtown Mobile. 64 degrees with clear conditions, and winds are calm out there as well. And transitioning to tomorrow morning, we're going to be slightly above average, still 49 for a low tomorrow morning in Mobile, 49 in Pensacola, 42 in Evergreen, 43 in Grove Hill, 48 in Leakesville, and 44 degrees in Crestview. And for your morning planner tomorrow morning, mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be near 50 degrees by 7 a.m., nearly 60 degrees by 9 a.m. and temperatures are going to continue to climb, basically like what we saw today for the most part. Copy and paste the forecast. And our highs tomorrow, lower to mid 70s, still well above average, usually about 65 degrees this time of year. We'll see a high of 74 in Mobile, 70 in Pensacola, 69 for a high in Evergreen, 68 in Destin, 71 in Chatham, and 72 degrees in Lucedale. By the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, we'll already be in the 70s by about 1 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. Lower 70s stay pretty consistent until about the 4 p.m. hour where we'll get into the upper 60s. And then our Friday evening parades are also looking great out there. 6:30 p.m. the Crew of Columbus. Mostly clear skies and a pleasant feel overall, 65 degrees. Then moving into Fairhope for the Maids of Jubilee parade, a mild and nice night with temperatures near 63 degrees. So for our weekend forecast, Saturday's not looking all that bad. We do have a small rain chance for the evening and dinner time hours ahead of a front moving through, but overall a nice day with warm temperatures. Then on Sunday, we could see some heavier rain and storms possible, especially in the early morning hours, and that'll last through about the midday hours. The highest chance, though, for that rain will be in the morning, but we're still going to fine-tune that forecast as we get closer to the weekend. Make sure you stay with us here at Fox 10, and we'll keep you updated for all of that information. So over the next 5-day period, here's a look at those rain chances for the day and the night. So as you can see, Saturday night rain chances do increase to about a 40% chance, but the main chance to see that rain is going to be early in the morning on Sunday, maybe some lingering showers overnight, but overall you're going to need that umbrella during the day on Sunday. Here's what we're tracking as that front makes its way from the west moving towards the east. So this low pressure is going to bring us that weekend rain chance, and this is mainly going to be for Sunday morning. We have that lingering rain chance ahead of the front for our Saturday, but overall, as you can see, our area is going to be blanketed with that rain chance as it makes its way over our area early in the morning on Sunday. Depending on the timing, we could see some strong storms, especially during the daytime hours. When we have that daytime heating, it helps fuel thunderstorms, but this is going to continue to make its way out of our area. Some lingering showers right behind it, but it does clear out Sunday night. So overall warmer pattern. We're going to continue to see those above average temperatures, feeling a little bit more like spring. Luckily, though, for our 7-day forecast, Lundi Gras and Mardi Gras are staying dry and temperatures in the lower 70s.
Well, if you haven't gotten your fill of Mardi Gras, no worries. The parades are going to be nonstop at this point, leading all the way up to Fat Tuesday. Tonight, it's the Mystic Striper Society turn to bring the boom boom to downtown Mobile. They'll begin at 6:30 on Route A. Then tomorrow, we have the Crew of Columbus and Crew to Second Line following, also on Route A. And in Baldwin County, the Maids of Jubilee will parade through downtown Fairhope starting at 6:30 p.m. And if you can't make it out to the parades, here's your daily reminder that we have you covered. Fox 10 will be streaming many Mobile parades on the free Fox 10 Gulfstream app. You can download it on your Samsung, Apple, Roku, or Amazon TV. And that will continue all the way up to Fat Tuesday. You can also draw with our free Fox 10 Float Tracker app. It lets you know where the start of the parade is at any time. You can scan that QR code on your screen. You'll also find parade routes, a full schedule, and weather forecasts as well. The Fox 10 Float Tracker app is available for you now in the Apple app and Google Play stores. It's 3:21 now on your Thursday. We want to thank you for staying with us here on Fox 10 Live. We're taking a live look into downtown Mobile, where several vibrant floats will be rolling over the next few days and all the way up until Fat Tuesday. Not a bad day out there. We'll be back with a final look at your forecast and more headlines after this.
On the next Investigate TV Plus, a gift meant to save lives could potentially be discarded.
It's tragic because the family... We want to help as many people as possible.
We uncover how many donated organs never get transplanted and what experts say is stopping the surgeries.
Unless they win, they want to do right by you. call Morgan & Morgan. They got you.
Welcome back. The Luck of the Irish is hitting the Golden Arches next week.
St. Patrick's Day season means the return of the Shamrock Shake. I'm very excited about this.
The minty green fan favorite is set to hit McDonald's on Tuesday.
It's been a staple this time of year since 1970.
Also returning is the Oreo Shamrock McFlurry, which debuted in 2020.
Mickey D's hasn't said how long it will serve the desserts.
But St. Patty's Day is March 17th, so they're unlikely to hang around much after that. You said you like this?
I do. I'm a mint chocolate fan, especially the Oreo one that they brought in 2020, so I definitely like them. And my mom got me hooked on these when I was a kid, so I'm very excited about them. And I always forget about it until it's St. Patrick's Day season.
I've never had it. I'm not a huge mint chocolate fan, but I would be willing to try for sure. I like the color. Wearing my St. Patty's Day green, I guess, today too. We're just giving the holidays. Listen to this. A Colorado woman held a kangaroo court in her home last month. What does that mean?
Actually, it was a wallaby.
So a caller reported a loose marsupial to Douglas County Police.
Deputies hopped to it immediately.
After arriving on the scene, they helped corral Charlie the wallaby back home.
Then Charlie's owner invited them in to give him some well-earned treats.
Charlie is pretty well known around the Denver area.
He even has his own Instagram account.
Charlie, you're probably more famous than us. Wow.
Yes, I was just about to say the same thing.
I love that. What a cute, not kangaroo, wallaby. Well, rescuers in Ohio were faced with a unique scenario of their own
when they responded to rescue a horse that fell into an icy swimming pool.
WCPO reports the 8-year-old mare named Dixie had wandered out and fell into the pool.
Rescuers in wetsuits used tow straps to lead Dixie to the shallow end, where they got her out and immediately swallowed her to get her warm.
Dixie, so glad you were okay. Dixie was checked out by a vet and is in stable condition. Hope your day's going better than Dixie's.
Yeah,
she was okay.
But she got warm.
Yeah, no horsing around, y'all. Well, thanks for watching Fox 10 Live. We'll see you at 4.